we weren't very good last week. But in fairness, I think you saw what Flash do to teams if you give them half a chance, you know. And last week we didn't play well on the ball. We didn't feel, and they put us under a lot of pressure. And you know, you saw tonight. I think we were dominated the first half, but we gave them too many chances and too many half chances, and you go in 1-0 down because of that.
I don't think the ball left their defensive third for the first 5 minutes of the match.
No, we started off great.
Coming out.
Yeah, we started off brilliantly, and I was like really pleased with that, just in terms of we were on the front foot and we weren't letting them get any momentum. And but yeah, we were disappointed to go in 1-0 down at half time, because we just felt that, you know, we'd started well and we just needed that final pass to get a goal, and thankfully we changed it a bit in the second half.
What did you tell the team during the break?
No, I'm very rarely rant and rave, and I didn't. I just said I think we need to do this better, and I think we were just not being clever. And when you play against a team like the Flash, I think they can cause you a problem if you lose your football brain, and we lost our football brain a lot in the first half. And then in the second half, we used our football brain really well. And the game, I say this all the time, the game's all about goals. The moment we scored, suddenly then it was like life came into us even more. And we used that momentum and pushed on. And I don't even know how quickly the 3 goals were. It felt like a minute, but 6:09, Jenny. Nice detail. Okay, good girl. Well, I'm sat here. 6 minutes, 3 goals. You saw it last week in the World Cup final, you know. It just kills games. And unfortunately, we couldn't get that 4th. I think if we'd have got the 4th, then the game dies. But the longer they were in it, and, you know, their goal was coming, you know, you could feel the shift of momentum. But thankfully, we turned that back around again and went up the other end and scored at the right time. And it was I think the 4th goal was a really important goal, actually.
You got a chance to get some minutes for, is it Bay?
Yeah, Katrina.
You got a chance to get her in tonight. Was that something you hoped for?
Mm-hmm. Planned to get her in. You know, she flew in, I can't even remember, Saturday. She went up to Vancouver, watched the World Cup final Sunday. Welcome to America, you know. This is what you got to play with, and this is what you're up against. And then she's had a great week, actually, but, you know, it was similar when we brought Naho over last year. I don't like to put them fully into the pressured environment, because I think it can be too much sometimes, and we've got some good players at this football club, and they proved that tonight. They don't always get the quality right when they always want to, but they really work really hard, and I thought Ellie Reid and Bev Goebel were excellent tonight in terms of their work rate. Kim and Jess make things happen, and you know, we scored goals at crucial times, which enabled us to get her on the field when it was a little bit more comfortable, which was nice.
How do you bring Hope and is it a big deal to bring Hope and Rapinoe back in, or they just show up at practice? I mean, what's the re-entry like for you and for the team? Well,
they walked in tonight. This is the first time we've seen them tonight, and collectively. We've seen them individually, but we haven't seen them in the team environment, and everyone gives them a big hug and a big cheer, and then it's like they've never been away, you know. And I think that's what makes them great for the team, and that's what makes our team great, is there's no, you know, everyone was so pleased for them, and you saw that tonight, the way that they embraced them when they walked in the door. But, you know, both of them said to me within hours of the World Cup final, we want to win a championship, you know. And with that desire that they both have, it's never a problem to come back into this environment, because they want the same things we want, you know. I think if they wanted to take time off, or they wanted to take the foot off the gas a little bit, then it might be harder, but they don't. They want the same things, and, you know, we've got to appreciate that they've been through a really tough 2 months, fantastic 2 months, but tough. So, you know, I'm not sure the playing time will be straight away, if I'm honest. I think we'll have to manage them. I think emotionally and physically, going through a World Cup, winning a World Cup, and everything that they've had to deal with is huge. And you know, for us, we've got to keep our momentum going. It's how many games unbeaten now, Jenny? 8 games unbeaten. We've got to keep that going as a team, and they're going to help us with that. But we've got to make sure that they're still with us by the end of August and September, when hopefully we're in the latter stages of the season and in the playoffs, when the people like Hope and Pino are vital for you. So I don't want to do anything with them now that would affect that at the end of the season, because they've been through a tough 2 months, for sure.
Have you looked at the potential of having just somebody like Haley, who's come in and put up a 100 goals against average over the stretch? She's been great,
and you know, when the questions was asked, how difficult is it going to be to replace Hope, and it is extremely difficult to replace Hope Solo, but she's been great, and the reason she's been great is because she's worked tremendously hard with Ben and Hope over the last 2 years to try and be the best goalkeeper she can be, and this has given her a desire and a want to try and push on to the next level, and thankfully in Hope she has a fantastic mentor who supports her and pushes her, and will know that when she comes back, Hayley's going to provide her with a fantastic environment to push on to the next level again.
It's been really amazing watching Hayley mentor Caroline.
Yeah.
Now,
Works the same way.
Thing that happened
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah, and we brought Caroline in pre-season, and we wanted her to be with us the whole time so that it wasn't a huge transition when Hope went away and when Hope comes back, because they're just a little group. They've been a group for the whole time, and I don't think that will change through to the end of the season.
You're going to play the Houston Dash at some point.
Yes.
Stacked.
Yes. We are too, but yeah, they are stacked.
They are stacked. How do you... I don't know what my question is. Are you scared?
No, I think they have great players, you know, fantastic players, and Carly, Morgan Bryan, Klinenberg, and the rest of them who come back from the World Cup are going to be fighting to get, you know, Houston to where they want to be. But we've always believed that we have one of the best squads in this league, if not the best squad. And it's places like Houston with that environment in that facility, and them coming here, which are the games that our players thrive on. They're the games they want to play in. The Portland games, the Houston games, where it's the Kansas City games, where it's you versus them, what have you got? They're the ones that everyone dreams about. They're the ones everyone looks forward to playing in. And yeah, we can't wait to play the Dash. It'll be great. It comes up pretty soon, right?
Yeah,
It's
it
not
does.
long.
How do those players look at each other? How do they relate to each other? Do they hold back? Do they know they're going to go to the Olympics next year? It's like, I don't want to wipe you out, but I don't want you to go forward either.
No, I think when they go out there in club environments, there's a respect. There's a respect with all of the players, but you know, just ask Hope how many times she's had to take a hit off Carly in their career. You know, it's been probably been a lot, and Carly actually has tried that goal against us a few times from the halfway line, and I sort of stand there and go, I don't think Hope would ever get beaten like that, but you know, that's football, that's what it is. And I think the national team, the players will always love playing for the national team. What we have to do as clubs is make them want to be part of here. And I think we have an environment that Hope and Pino want to be part of, and that's because they go out on the field and they know that to win the game, it's going to be hard, it's going to be tough. And it's games like Houston that are going to be the tough ones.
Are you thankful you only have to reintegrate 2 of them as opposed to Houston or Chicago and Portland that are fitting back in 6, 7, 8 players?
Well, you know, Chicago and Houston have had a decent run while their players have been away, so it's not desperate need. I think for a team like Portland, it's been tough. You know, I think it's been a tough road, and that's what we all were thinking about in the off season. How were we going to manage the World Cup period? And you know, it's no disrespect to any of the players that are here, but it's hard. It's hard to deal with the time when the players are away, and it's hard for when they come back. And you just hope that you get it right. I think Chicago can look and go, they lost so many players and they're still, well, they were top of the league until 10 minutes ago, but you know, they've got it right. And I think that's the tough thing, is we're all going through this roughly for the first time, to know how to deal with a major tournament and continue playing. Because for me, it's the most difficult thing I've ever had to face, is trying to motivate the players, myself, to keep playing when you're missing. You know, I missed England playing in the semi-final of a World Cup because we were playing a game, which was tough to swallow, you know. And it's been hard, but now that it's over and we're in the celebratory phase, we just still have a job to do. So it's into that now.
Any other questions? Is it easier or harder to play a team twice so quickly? Do you compare differently?
I hate it.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's the worst, actually.
What about it?
The worst part about it is, if you play well, you know, probably Flash. They played really well last week against us. We didn't think we played great, but we respected that they played well. And they came here tonight, same team, nothing changed. Whereas we hadn't played well, so we felt like we needed to make a few tweaks and changes to the team. And it's a different game. Like, straight away, it's a completely different game. You're in a different environment. Home versus away is completely different. And it's tough. You know, playing Portland with 4 days in between is crazy. It's just the hardest thing, because you just don't know. You break down, oh, we did really well at that and we didn't do great at that. And then at the same time you're going, well, they did well at that and they didn't do great at that. But are they going to be exactly the same this week? Well, probably not, you know, the reality. But I thought Flash did some of the things in the first half, especially that they did to us last week, which caused us a problem. And we learnt from it a little bit, but we still let them in a few times. So, yeah, I hate them. I hate back-to-backs. Never liked them. I'd love not to have to play them, but that's the way it is.
How do you think the team will feel about having given up the first goal, but essentially one of their own in the Frisbee?
Yeah, I'm pleased for Frizz that she's getting on the field. I said to her when she left, prove me wrong. I actually love it. I think it's great. Because we drafted her for a reason. She's a good player. She just needed to play. And for her to play here. So, yes, you probably stand on the side and it's hard to swallow that she scores against you. But, you know, she deserved it. She was great last week and I thought she did well, especially in the first half this week.
Been talking to Abby?
Yeah.
How's that going? Getting her to play this season.
I think that we knew when we did the trade that the reality of her playing this year was slim to none, really. But I think the World Cup going the way it did and them getting to the final and then them winning it, you know, I've said to her, and we've had a very open conversation, that she needs to do whatever she needs to do because she's never going to get this again. And she needs to enjoy it. Whereas Hope and Pinot, hopefully, will, you know, that's the plan, I'm sure, for them, that they want to go and do it again. So for Abby, she's openly said this is it. You know, this is her last World Cup and she deserves the plaudits of that. She deserves to go out and enjoy it. She deserves all the media and all the coverage that she's going to get. And she knows the door's open here. It's not going to change. But if she's going to come back, you know, she's a professional. She wants to commit fully. And I think at the minute it'll be difficult for her to do that because out of all of the players that are now going back to clubs, she's the one that can still go out and do all the media and do all the other things that go with winning the World Cup. So, and she deserves that. She should go and enjoy it. But there comes a point where she'd have to commit back to turning up here every day and training and, you know, being part of the team. And I'm just not sure that the timing's right with that. So I'm not closing the door off. Love to have her. She knows it. But there's no pressure. I'm not putting her under any pressure. I think she should go and enjoy the next 2 months with her family, with all the limelight that she's going to get, you know, waving the flag on stage with Taylor Swift. You know, great. I'd love to do that. It'd be fantastic. So, no, she deserves it. She should go and enjoy it.